Hello, everybody. Today we will be learning on two key points. Key point number one is we're gonna learn about how to differentiate between a relation and a function and how to use vertical line tests to identify whether that's a relation or function on a graph. And then we will run through an example. So the first thing is we're gonna know what is a function and what is a relation. And when we are talking about function, right, that means that one each x correspond to one y. Okay? So what it means is when you have something on the x, it goes out to only one y. It cannot if it if there's this way, this is not a function, not function, not function. This is a function. Okay. So there are four possibility. Okay. So let's talk about it. We typically have we can write in terms of x and y, or the other way to put it is domain, range, or an input, output, independent variable, dependent variable, de dependent variable, whichever you want to call it. Typically, would to synchronize, I will use domain and range. Okay, so the first one will be 1 to 1. Second one will be 1 to many. So domain, range. Third one, many to 1. The last one is many to many. All right, let's take one example. Let's set the example. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. They have exactly the same axis and y. Axis and y. So 1 to 1 basically it means 1 x to 1 y. 1 to many is 1 x goes to more than 1 y's. Okay? It could be like this. All right? And then many to 1. Many to 1. Many to 1 is more than 1 x to 1 y. More than 1 x, more than 1 x to 1y. Okay. And then many to many. Morning. I'll be recording, but I'll be talking. What? So the last one is many to many. And last one will be many to many. So we want x goes to 2y. And then let's say, for example, what x equal 1 correspond to y equal 1 and y equal 2. And then x equal 3 correspond to y equal 1 and y equal 3. So using this definition, if x goes up correspond to more than 1y, it is not a function. So if 1x correspond to more than 1y, this is not a function. This is not a function. And this is a function. This is also a function because 1x correspond to 1y. Okay, even though they are corresponding to the same one. Okay. Now the second one is this is by mapping. All right, this is the mapping technique. The next one is how do we identify on a graph how to use vertical line tasks to identify whether it's a relation or function. So on a graph, when we draw a vertical line task, it means that if you draw a vertical line, any random vertical line past the x-axis if the vertical line only cuts through the line once. That is function. So what do I mean by that? Let's say, for example, this is a function. Now let's try something simple. If we are having this as one example, we are having the second example. This example and this example. So vertical line we can draw randomly. So this means that it will only cut through once in one intersection. One intersection. So this is a function. If we draw it here, two intersections, so not a function. Of course, you need to pick the most, all right? And for the third example, is one, okay? It's one. Of course, I didn't draw it nicely, so each of for this section, it does look like it will cut through more than once, but if you plot it nicely, the vertical it will only cut through once. Okay, it will only cut through once. So one intersection. So this is also a function. All right. So essentially on how we determine between um relation and a function is this way on a graph on mapping. Now next one we're gonna try our own example. F of x equal to x plus 9. We're gonna look for the value for f of 4 plus 3 or 9. 3, sorry. 3. So what we do is you can see this 4 and we substitute into this function. So it's 2 times 2 times the number of 4 plus 9. So 2 times 4, 8 plus 9 equal 17. All right, that's how you work it out. It's very straightforward. The second one is function of 5 minus function of 1. Function of 5 minus function of 1. And again, we do exactly the same thing. Function of 5 is 2 times 1 plus 9 minus, we need to bracket the whole thing. 2 times, oh no, sorry, 2 times 5. 2 times 5 plus 9 minus 2 times 1 plus 9. Now the rest is just working on the math. So 2 times 5, 10 plus 9 minus 2 times 1 is 2 plus 9. So this is 19 minus 11 equal 8. All right, that will be it. That is the end of section 3.2.